So, welcome to Naming and Writing Formulas for Molecular Compounds. This is section 9.3. Before we actually go into naming them, take a minute, look back through your notes in chapter 8, and define molecular compounds. What I'm most interested in is which broad classes of elements use or are involved in molecular compounds. So make sure you have that down in your notes from review. How do we actually name binary molecular compounds? There are 3 steps. So first step, you write the name of the element in order listed in the formula. Remember, you have to go in order of what's listed. So if you have CH4, the carbon is going to come first in your name. The second step is to use prefixes to indicate the number of each kind of atom. So this is where your mono and di and tri comes from when you hear things like carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, which is a deadly gas if you leave your car exhaust on. This is where those names come from. If there's just one atom and it is the first element, then you don't need to add a prefix. So carbon monoxide is CO. Carbon is one atom. It's the first element. There's one carbon in this compound. We don't need to write monocarbon. We just write carbon. If there's one atom and it is not the first element, then we write the prefix mono. So again, in here, it will be carbon monoxide. And we use the prefix mono for carbon monoxide because it's the second element listed and there's only one atom for it. And mono means one. We also end the name, like in ionic naming, we end the name of the second element with the suffix IDE. So we change the ending to IDE again. So similar rules, just with non-metals usually, and with prefixes this time. Your common prefixes are here. 1 is mono, 2 is di, 3 is tri, tetra is 4, penta is 5, hexa is 6, hepta is 7, octa is 8, nona is 9, and deca is 10. How do we write chemical formulas for them? Write the correct symbols for the elements in the name and use the prefixes to determine the formula unit ratio, which are fancy words for subscripts. So use a prefix for the subscript. So carbon dioxide, di is 2. If there's no prefix here, we know it's 1. So one carbon is CO2. So carbon dioxide. So go ahead and try these out. We'll go over them tomorrow at the beginning of class like we did today. Other than that, though, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you all tomorrow.